Melvin feels like he's been on the same amount of money forever. He keeps making the wrong choices with his money. He's addicted to gambling. Chad, on the other hand, uses his extreme wisdom to use his money, but it doesn't seem like it's going down. In fact, his money's always going up, and that's because he knows these 9 tricks to have better control over your money. Now, the way this video is going to be structured is basically it's going to be split into 2 parts: making money and spending money. So the first bit, making money. Number 1, running the right businesses. Now, I know this seems like a pretty obvious tip. Trust me, they get better. But I've seen people running MC businesses completely by themselves. Like, I feel like everybody knows this, but clearly they don't. But the MC businesses, 1, aren't a good business to run alone. 2, aren't good businesses in general. Even like if you have multiple people, the ROI is completely terrible for like 3 out of 5 of the businesses. So the general rule of thumb is to stay away from the older businesses like the MC businesses, the CEO tower. Now, don't get me wrong, the CEO tower is okay, but it's better if you focus on newer businesses like the Acid Lab, Agency, Auto Shop, because those pay much more than the CEO tower, even though the CEO tower isn't that bad. Also, if you want a proper ranking of every business, then you should check out the first link in the description, because I have a full tier list of every business up to the bail office. Number 2, gambling the right way. So me personally, I spend a lot of time in the casino and I'm not close to going broke. I'm pretty sure I don't lose money, and that's because there's a secret to playing, and that's because I know which games to play. So here are some of my favorites. Blackjack. Now, all the way at the back of the casino with all the card games, blackjack is on one of these tables. Now, it's pretty good because it's so simple. There's no crazy rules to understand. It's just you pick up 2 cards, he has 2 cards, and you can either take more cards or keep what you have. The other thing I do is the horse races. Now, this is good because you can choose which horse you want, which means if you lose, it's kind of your fault. Like, some of these games are completely luck based, and horse races are not one of them. As long as you pick the horse with the lowest odds, you should win most of your races. Okay, because obviously there's a chance you lose even if your horse has the best odds. So you're going to win most of your races. I don't know if this helps make more money, but I always put a $50,000 bet on the horses. So that helps me make money, I think. But experiment with it, of course. My way isn't the best way. Okay, number 3, doing your daily activities. Just in case you don't know, every single day there are a bunch of different things you can do to get a bunch of different rewards. So some of these things are G's Cash, Stash Houses, Madrazo Hits, Time Trials, and the Street Dealer. Each of these give you different rewards. Like G's Cash gives you ammo, snacks, money, and RP. Stash Houses stock up your businesses, and the Street Dealer gives you money for product that you have in like your MC business and your asset lab. Number 4, doing the right missions or heists. Now, it's not really a secret that some heists and missions are completely outdated. Like, for example, basically all of the OG Contact missions, and for outdated heists, obviously the original apartment heists. So here's a quick list of things that you could be doing instead of these outdated missions, and these work for any skill level, by the way. This is like perfect for anyone. First up, the Drug Wars missions with Dax. Now, this is by far the best mission to start off with, especially for new players, because the rewards are insane considering what you have to do to get them. And by the way, the rewards I'm talking about are the Acid Lab and the Virtue. The Dr. Dre contract. This pays $1 million every time you complete it. The only bad part about it is that you need an agency to run it, which can be quite expensive. But once you have the agency, you can just fly through these missions in about an hour. Also, quick side note, the first time you complete these missions, there's a cooldown between each mission, and there's also an extra 2 missions. Next up, the KO Preco heist. Even after the nerf that happened like a year ago, it's still one of the best solo heists to run, like ever, considering it takes, I would say it takes about an hour to complete, like fully. If you do the right setups, if you do the right entry points, you could complete the elite challenge as well, which gives you about 50k more, I think. By the way, if you want to know like the perfect way to run it, comment below, because I can make a video. And finally, the auto shop contracts. These are very fun in my opinion, because they're like mini heists that only need 2 setups. The only problem is that some of them pay like 180k, but then the best one pays 300k. So you are gonna have to like re-roll them if you get a bad one. How you do that is select the bad one, leave your auto shop, call the person who runs it, press cancel auto shop job, and go back in, and there's going to be 3 more for you to pick from. So if the Union Depository one isn't there, then just keep re-rolling it and eventually it will show up. Well, since we're halfway through the video, why don't you consider subscribing and leave a like if this has been helpful so far. Now onto the second part of the video, spending money. Number 1, the secret rule about buying supercars. I say secret, but I kind of feel like this is common sense. Don't buy too many, stick to about 3 or 4 cars, because you can only drive one at a time. So if you end up buying like 20 cars, then you won't drive most of them. Trust me. I mean, like, I have the 50 car garage. I have 3 floors filled with cars, and I only drive 2 cars. So make sure you're not wasting your money on cars like I did, and stick to like 3 or 4 cars max. Number 2, buying things that you need over things that you want. So for this one, I'm going to use an example of apartment buildings. So buying the Eclipse Towers, which is the most expensive one, which again I have, so I'm speaking from experience here. Buying the Eclipse Towers is cool, okay, but there's no difference to the Del Perro Heights one. So this one does the same thing as this one, except for the fact that this one looks nicer, but I mean that doesn't really matter. Number 3, gambling the wrong way. So number 2 is gambling the right way, and I went over the good games to play. So now I'm going to go over the games you should stay away from. First up, the slot machines. These are the biggest scam of all time, because it says, like, on the actual machine, it says you could win a crazy amount of money. Like this one says 2.5 million, but it's such a small chance that it basically will not happen. Like the chance of you winning that is so close to 0 that there's no point even trying. Roulette, definitely stay away from that, because it's completely luck based. There's no skill involved. There's nothing you can do to change the outcome except for, get lucky and place the chip in the right place. 3-card poker. No, there's no reason for this actually, except I don't know how to play it myself, so I stay away from it. It could be a really good game, I don't know, but I don't play it myself, so I wouldn't recommend it on anyone else. Number 4, stop giving your money to the beggars on the streets. Oh, wait a minute. Number 5, buying things on Thursday. Now, just in case you don't know, every Thursday, the things that are on sale change. So this happens every single week, every single Thursday. So buying stuff on Wednesday is obviously bad, because it would be better to wait until Thursday to buy whatever you want. If you want to know what's on sale, you could always check the GTA Online Reddit, because I think that they have them out by Wednesday, so you can like plan it ahead and you could figure out what you want to buy before Thursday comes. Well, that's going to be it for me. Hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one.